So Eddie Cab. This is the blog, or vlog, somebody tells me it should be, for November. We've just finished cutting all the rice. Over 2 weeks it's taken. Killer. There's nothing I've ever known that would prepare you for cutting the rice. It saps your strength completely because of the heat. It's like been anything between 35-40 degrees. No, in Thailand, unless you're by the sea, you don't have any breeze. And when you're out in the fields, there's no air. There's no breeze, no air. This oppressive heat. I'm all burnt on the back of my neck, and my hands and arms are all burnt. The heat is just unbelievable, and you cut the sweat. It's just like you feel as though you've been, when you actually come in, you feel as though you've been swimming because everything's just soaking wet and stuck to you. And when you're cutting the fields, you're sort of like you're grabbing handfuls of the rice and like sort of cutting it, and you look up and all you see is just a sea of more rice. And your back's killing you, and everything hurts. Your hands are sore because the rice makes you itch, and it makes your hands sore. And you have to make sure you wear like long trousers as well, because when you cut it, you cut at an angle, so you've got like these sharp spears that stick up. So when you walk through it, if you just had shorts on, it'd rip your knees away, it'd rip all the inside of your legs and that sort of thing. It's a dangerous job, I tell you. It's a dangerous job, especially when you're my age. But anyway, that's another thing. But the heat, oh dear, just unbelievable. I think I've lost sort of about another half a stone doing that. But there you go. It's I suppose it's better than doing nothing. Obviously, we were working on our own farm, so we don't get paid for that. But for a few of the days, I think about 3 of the days, we did some work on our Auntie Noi farm. And Noi's farm is about 3 times bigger than ours. Huge farm. And she tries to employ as many people as possible. And there were certain days we couldn't do our farm because some of the rice wasn't quite ready. I think I stated in the last video, the rice has to be exactly right before you cut it, and there was a couple of fields that weren't right, so we worked on our auntie's farm, and I got paid 300 baht a day for doing about 8 hours, and I think that works out, well, I think 300 baht works out about £7, and I did a check this morning, £7.09 for the day, so that works out for the 8 hours about 87 pence per hour. For that. Bloody killer. So I won't spend it all at once, you know. Still, something's better than nothing, that's what I say. But at lunchtime, when we're doing the rice, all the family, they've got a new farmhouse now built by one of the aunties, so it's much more civilised. It's actually got a proper tiled floor rather than just sitting on compressed mud. And it's much more civilised, it's much nicer, and they all sort of bring their food, and all the Thais sit around in a circle on the floor, and they put all their food in the middle of the table. Most of it I can't eat because everyone thinks of Thai food as sort of like nice green curries and things like that, but in Isan, where I live, which is like northeast Thailand, that's called Isan area, and the food there is completely different from Thai food, like completely different. As different as English food is to Nigerian food. You know, it's completely different food altogether. And some of their food looks like you've scooped it out of a U-bend of a sink, you know. Only I think the stuff you scoop out the U-bend probably tastes better. And some of the stuff is so spicy. So 9 times out of 10, I haven't even been bothering eating. So we haven't got. When you're that busy and you're working from first thing in the morning till last thing at night, you're just so tired. You crawl home, and by the time you've got home, you've had a shower and what have you, it's like 7, 8 o'clock at night, and you're so tired. I've gone for days without proper food because just one, I haven't got time to sort of go shopping and stuff like that. 2, I could eat their shit, but it's not my cup of tea, unfortunately. If I've got time, I've like fried a piece of chicken or something, made a sandwich. But it's getting the time in the morning. You know, we're out the house by 7 o'clock because we are at the moment. I'm having to take one of our nephews to school on the motorbike, and that's an hour there and back. Take him right into town because he's got trouble with his school bus. So I have to do that in the morning and at the end of the day as well. To add that on and to face that town traffic. You know, everybody trying to kill you every 5 minutes. It's been a really, really tiring 2 weeks, but never mind. There you go. But the ties do make you laugh. They're all sitting around there. They're all sitting around eating their food. And ties have got this habit, and it's a terrible habit, of they butt in. For instance, if I'm talking to Mimi, one of her members of her family wouldn't think twice about just butting in, and Mimi will always go to them. She won't just say, wait a minute. She always stops what I'm saying and talks to them first. And I say to her, that's so rude. She said, oh, it's just the Thai way. Well, when we're all sitting having dinner or lunch, they're all talking all over each other. They're all butting in at each other. And to get their point over, they talk louder. So the conversation is getting louder and louder. And before you know it, they're all screaming at each other. But they all, I don't know, they all seem to understand what everybody's saying. Everybody's screaming and shouting at each other. It's like mayhem. You know, I said to Mimi, is there anyone in your family that just doesn't shout? I said, when I come back from my break, you know, like for lunch, I want to relax. I don't want to sit there and listen to people screaming at each other, eating the contents of a U-bend. You know, it's mad here sometimes. Sometimes it's fucking mad here. You know, nobody's calm, you know. But anyway, getting on a nicer note, I think I've explained to you in the past, Mimi's daughter, Mil, she is going to be honoured by royalty. She's going to meet up with the king's sister. And the sister, for many, many years, even when the main king reigned, I can't even pronounce his name. Everybody loved him here. And she always had the job of anything to do with schools or education, or she was always on TV, this lady, and still is. And she's always the one that students go and meet if they're going to be honoured. Well, anyway, Mil's been chosen to go to Bangkok and meet and receive an award from this lady. So Mimi's so proud. Whether we can get the chance to go down to Bangkok, of course, is another thing, because it'll be sort of the journey down there, cost of hotels, food, blah 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 blah. I don't know whether we can do that, but anyway, we'll see, you know. But it'd be nice if she can do it. But she's so proud. She's so proud of her daughter. She's done really well, you know. But just talking about the old Thais again. The old Thais who live in the village, the older people, in fact people my age and even less than my age, they don't move on with the future here. In the villages, the older people, they still dress in the old traditional Thai clothing, which is nice. They all look exactly the same. And you know, we've got a new house here, and her sister's built a house next door, which Mimi's mother was living in, but she's built this old ramshackled old fucking shed made out of wood with snakes hanging off it and horrible hammocks and dirty flies all over it. And her mother loves to sort of hang around in that area. She'll do all her cooking there, and they can't grasp new technology. her phone is so old, I think it was previously owned by Robin Hood. You know, it's one of these really old, really old Nokia things, you know, and she doesn't even know how to use that properly. Everyone has to show her how to use it. But they can't grasp technology. They don't know how to do anything. Everything they do is old method. Everything she cooks is all cooked on charcoal or wood or whatever. You know, next door there's gas cookers, you know, lovely bathroom, showers, and she still sort of pours water over herself from a... Very strange. They just can't seem to grasp technology. And the oldies here, like everybody rides motorbikes in Thailand, but none of the oldies seem to grasp. They all got their little bikes, you know, their little pedal bikes. They're all pedaling around on these pedal bikes, but none of them move on with the time. It's a shame, really. But I've made some notes. I want to do this, but I'm so tired. Oh yeah, so I've got notes in the background, but my eyesight is so blurry I can't even read it. It's terrible. I won't make a newsreader, that's for sure. But I like to keep you all in touch with the with all the latest news and rubbish and what have you. I remember a few videos ago I was telling you about Mimi's got this really bad uncle. He's terrible. And when grandfather died, this bad uncle, he took over. He was basically power of attorney for all the land to be shared amongst the sisters, but it was all put in his name. Well, he was a monk, and this has been going on for like 20 years. And the sisters have all sort of built their house on what they thought was going to be their plot of land. And one of the sisters, she's moved over from America with her American husband. It's got a big house, beautiful house, because they brought over, they sold up in America, brought over a lot of money. He was in the US Air Force and has got a great pension and what have you. But having said that, he's 87 or something now. He's quite old. Black man, lovely man he is, really lovely. Anyway, this brother, because he owns the land, he doesn't have to give it. He hasn't got to do anything. By accident, she was left off the will as well, and the other sisters won't budge and won't give her a share. This man, he could take over her house and her land quite legally, and it's looking like he might even do that. She's actually in America at the moment because her husband's having some medical work done, and I think she's scared to come back in case he's like sold that, because he could sell it. He could sell it under her feet if he wanted to. He could make himself millions of baht, you know. All right, the house, compared to sort of British prices, the house is cheap, but in Thailand it's quite expensive. He could probably get about 4 million baht for this house and the land. 4 million baht's about 200,000 pounds, I think. Yeah, about no, it's not. 4 million, no, 24, no, about 80 million. 80,000, sorry. Yeah, because 1 million baht is worth about 20,000. Just to round it up, it's worth about 20,000. 1 million baht. And she's brought all her furniture's in there. She's brought over from America. She's got in the house beautiful wooden furniture. He could just go in, get rid of the lot, because it's all on his land. Some of the other sisters have got their land. He's given it to them, but for some reason he's taken a bit of a shine. And she even built him a house as like a sort of I build you a house and you sign the land over. Well, she's built him a house and he still hasn't signed the land over. But on top of that, all her rice from last year, which I helped sort of cultivate, took us weeks and weeks and weeks to sort of plant it, cut it, bag it, back-breaking. He's stolen the lot. He's stolen the lot of it and sold it all, so he gives him cash for whiskey and gambling and... Oh God, he's a horrible man. He's a horrible man. And he was a monk, you know? So, that's what you have to live with. Terrible man. How could he do that to his sister? Eh? But, there you go. No real good news at the moment. Never is, unfortunately. Still waiting for my payout. I've got a few hiccups there, but it will sort itself out. But nothing in Thailand moves. Nothing in Thailand moves quickly. Mind you, nothing in England when it comes to... When you have to pay money out, you have to pay it out quickly, don't you? But when you're waiting for it, you have to seem to wait forever for it, unfortunately. But that'd be nice when that's sorted out. All we've got to do now with the rice, we've just got one last day. Her auntie Noy, I was telling you about, the one who paid us for doing the rice. We just got the threshing machine to come. I think that might come tomorrow. So today has just been a relaxed day today. But having said that, Mimi she's had to take her auntie into town, so I've been cleaning the bathrooms. We've been catching up with washing, just cleaning bits and pieces, you know, helping her out, making sure the washing up's all done and what have you. So I'd make somebody a good little wife. That's what I feel like, actually. Sometimes I feel like the wife, but I don't mind doing a bit of housework. It keeps you moving, doesn't it? Keeps the body going and what have you. I don't really want to sit in the chair until I die. I'd much rather be doing something. But if anybody's got any news or anything they want to tell me, or any comments, just leave it on the bottom of the YouTube that I put this out on. It'd be good to hear any news, any stories. Obviously, you know, anything else. Don't forget my books. They're selling very slowly, but because what I really need to do, I need to advertise them. But that costs a fair bit of money to do that. But I will get round to that. Once I advertise them, I'm sure they'll sell a lot better. So that'd be quite good. But a few people I've had some nice comments from people that have read them, and so that's good. So if you do get the chance, don't forget we've got the one about Julie, which is called Sunshine on a Rainy Day on Kindle. It's literally a few dollars, about $3.99. So you're talking about less than £3. And the other one is called Siam, Getting Past My Past, and that's like the aftermath, and like me moving to Thailand and what happened, and that's very adult, that one. So beware if you do read that. But that's only about $6 or $7, so we're only looking about a £5, and it's a good read. That one's about 3 or 4 times longer than the first one, and I've put lots of pictures in it as well. So we all like a picture. But as I'm sitting here now, I could fall asleep. When you work so hard in the field, you have so many aches and pains because you're bending over, and your back. It's when that back, and you get that screaming hot burning pain in your back. You know, then you're in trouble. So today it's hard to relax when your body's aching and what have you. It's hard to relax, but I'm going to try. In a minute, I'm going to make myself, or make everybody. I'm going to make a nice drink, which I think I've told you before, I make out of fresh limes, lemongrass, sugar, lemon juice with water, and I boil it up to make this syrup, and then out of that syrup you can make cordial or ice lollies or whatever, and it's so refreshing, it's so delicious. I freeze it, and such a lovely drink as well, you know, really nice. And I'm going to try and do a few more different flavours, you know, it's just getting the time. You know, sometimes when you've got so much time on your hand, you don't do anything, so you think, oh, I'll do that tomorrow. But when you're really busy, you're finding I do a lot more when I'm busy than when I'm sitting around on my backside watching the TV. But that's it really. I just wanted to fill you in about, you know, I've not really even been on Facebook for the last couple of weeks because I just haven't had just too tired to even go on it. But anyway, I'm back now. And I'll catch up with you soon. It'd be lovely to hear from anybody who wants to leave me any messages, or it really would be nice to hear from you. So, Chokdi Carb, Swaddy Carb, see you next time.